Hello everybody and welcome to Digibug Deck Profile. Now before we start, I'd like to say this: all the Digibug monsters have the same effect. They cannot be used from XYZ. They cannot be used for XYZ materials in an Exceed summon, except for an XYZ summon insect type monster. That said, let's get on with it. Now you want 3 Digibug centipedes. And what this card does is once per turn, when this card's face up, it's changed from attack to defense position. You can special unload 3 insect type monster from your deck in defense position. Now, an XYZ monster that was summoned using this card on the field as XYZ material gains effect. It can attack your opponent's defense monsters once each, which is really good. And you want 3 Digibug web soldiers. Now, once per turn, you can target one face-up attack position monster you control and change its defense position. And if you do, spell summon level 3 insect type monster from your hand. Now, when this or an XYZ monster that was summoned using this card on the field as XYZ material gains this effect. When it's summoned, the defense of all face-up monsters your opponent controls becomes 0. Also change the defense. Now the best card in the deck in my opinion is Digibug Ladybug. Now what this card does is once per turn, when this face-up card is switched from attack to defense position, you can add one level 3 insect type monster from your deck to your hand. Now when an XYZ monster that was summoned using this card on the field as XYZ material gains this effect. When it destroys a monster by battle, you draw one card. It's just that good. Now, 3 Digibug Cocoonizers. Once per turn, if this card is in attack position, you can target one level 3 insect type monster in your graveyard, change this to defense position, and if you do, spell summon that target in defense position. Now, an XYZ monster that was summoned using this card as XYZ material on the field gains this effect. When it attacks a defense position monster, your opponent's cards and effects cannot be activated to the end of the damage step. Bocce. I used 2, but I'm thinking of using 3. An XYZ monster that was summoned using this card on the field as XYZ material gains this effect. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Really good. Howling Insect. When this card is destroyed and sent to graveyard as a result of battle, you can spell summon level 1 insect monster from your deck with an attack 1,500 or less, and then your deck is shuffled. Dark Resonator. Once per turn, can't be destroyed by battle. Skull Mark Ladybug. When this card sent to the graveyard, increase your life points by 1,000. Bug. I'll explain why I'm running level 4s here in a minute. Mother Spider, really good for the deck. If you only have insect type monsters in your graveyard, you can send 2 face-up defense position monsters your opponent controls to the graveyard and spell summon this card from your hand. Now, you don't have to run them. I do. I run 2 Pendulums, Buffalo Drumilla. Once per turn, when an attack is declared involving a monster you control and your opponent, you can target that monster you control and it gains 600 attack to the end of the battle phase. And the reason why I use Pendulums is because of Performapal Catascorp. It's because all light monsters I control gain 300 attack, which is pretty much the whole deck. Now I also use the Ultimate Insects, which are really good. This card's unaffected by spell cards during your standby phase. You can tribute it off to summon Ultimate Insect level 3. If Ultimate Insect level 3 is summoned through level 1, all your opponent's monsters lose 300 attack during your standby phase. You can tribute it off for level 5. Level 5 is summoned through level 3. All your opponent's monsters lose 500 attack. During your standby phase, you can tribute it off for level 7. If level 7 was summoned through level 5, all your opponent's monsters lose 700 attack and defense. Really good cards. Now on to the spells. Abandoned Sanctuary. Good spell, good search. It's alright. A face-up insect-type monster is destroyed. Yeah, when a face-up insect-type monster is destroyed and sent to graveyard, its controller can add one insect-type monster to the same level as the destroyed monster from your deck to the hand. Different Dimension Capsule. It's just like Golden Sarcophagus, but instead it's face down, but it stays on the field for the 2 turns, so if it like gets destroyed or something, I guess you can't get it or something like that. I don't know. I prefer Golden Sarcophagus. I'm just using it for the time being. Pot of Greed, I know it's banned, but it's just some draw power for the deck. Swords for stall, you need it. Coin Twisters, because it's so good. 3. Bug Signals. Now what this card does is target one insect XYZ monster you control. Spell summon from your extra deck one insect type monster that is 2 ranks higher or lower than that monster you control by using it as XYZ material. You can only use one bug signal per turn. And the field spell, Bug Matrix. This card does all insect type monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense. And once per turn, you can target one insect XYZ monster you control and attach one insect type monster from your hand to that monster's XYZ material. So good. And the last spell is Insect Barrier. Your opponent's insect type monsters cannot declare an attack. And I can explain why I have that if you know the old combo. Now, DNA Surgery. Activate this card by declaring one monster type. All face-up monsters become that type. You declare insects, and you get Insect Barrier, and you're pretty much, they can't attack. Dark Bribe. Big win. I only use this for my rank 10, but declare a level between 1 and 12. And each player tosses a coin. If both are heads, the level of all face-up monsters you currently control becomes the declared level. And if both are tails, you lose life points equal to the declared level times 500. It's like a last turn thing you do. So yeah. Like if you had no choice kind of deal. There's no need to run it. Unless you're running the level 10 monster I'm thinking of. Liar Wire. Remove from play one insect type monster from your graveyard. Select one monster your opponent controls. Destroy that selected target. Pretty good. I run some really good defensive traps like Magic Cylinder, Mirror Force, Gravity Bind. I do suggest using Area Limit B instead, because what Area Limit B does is all level 3 and higher monsters. All level 4 and higher monsters I switch to defense position instead of this. It works really well for the deck, but I don't have it, so I run this. Kunai with Chain. Good attack boost, switches the monster to defense position. Once done with the quada, changes the battle position of all face-up monsters your opponent controls. 0 gravity, changes the battle position of all monsters on the field. And 3 bug emergencies. Now what this card does, target 2 level 3 insect type monsters in your graveyard, spell summons, but their effects are negated. So if you spell summon them digital bugs, you can actually summon a monster that's not an insect from your extra deck. And it also has another effect. You can banish this card and one XYZ monster from your graveyard. The levels of all face up level 3 insect type monster you currently control become equal to the level of the rank monster you banished. It's kinda odd, but it works. So if it was rank 7, all your level 3 insect type monsters are level 7, so you can easily get a rank 7 out or something like that. Now for the extra deck. 3 Digital Bugs, Scoffadors. Now what this card does, it needs 2 or more level 3 light insect type monsters. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 2 materials from this card, target one monster your opponent controls, changes its battle position, and if you do, it has its effects negated to the end of the turn. Once per turn, when this card destroys a monster, opponent's monster by battle since it's a graveyard, you can attach that destroyed monster to this card's XYZ material. It's that good. 3 digital bug core bag. It needs 2 level 5 or more like insect type monsters. You're not even gonna use that. You're gonna use this other effect or bug signal to get it out. You can also XYZ summon this card by detaching 2 XYZ materials from rank 3 or 5 insect type XYZ monster you control. Now, once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card to target 1 defense position monster your opponent controls, shuffle it back into the deck. Evil. Now, once per turn, if the battle position of a monster is changed, you can attach 1 insect type monster from your graveyard to this card as XYZ material. So good. The last digital bug monster is Digital Bug Rhinosaurus. So good. You can, it's 2 level 7 light insect type monsters, but you gotta summon it through bug signal or its actual effect. You can also XYZ summon this card by detaching 2 XYZ materials from rank 5 or 6 insect type XYZ monster you control. Now, this card, if it attacks defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. And once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card and destroy the face-up monsters or monsters your opponent controls with the highest defense, all if tied. So if they all have the same defense, they're all destroyed. If 2 monsters have the same defense, they're both destroyed. It's so good. Now for the other extra deck monsters, I use Leviathan Dragon. There's also Guardian, I guess. But I use Leviathan. Bug Matrix, Leviathan. What it does, once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, gains 500 attack. If it has no XYZ materials, it cannot attack your opponent directly. You can also infinitely add materials to it, like DNA surgery and bug matrix it. Once per turn, give it material, detach, keeps gaining 500 per turn. Number 20, Giga Brilliant. Once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card. All face-up monsters your opponent controls gain all monsters you currently control gain 300 attack. Now number 70, here's the rank 4 I was talking about. Instead of using the 2 level 4 monsters in the deck I showed you, you could use Rise Bell, the Star Psyker, which is level 4 psychic monster. You can target 1 monster you control and it's increased level by 1. So yeah, that's pretty good for this monster if you want to use it. But once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card and target 1 monster your opponent controls. Banish it to your opponent's next standby phase. At the end of the damage step of this card attack, you can make this card gain 300 attack, and if you do, increase its rank by 3. And here's the rank 10 I was talking about for big win. Number 35. 2 level 10 monsters. All monsters you control gain attack and defense equal to the difference between your life points and your opponent's. When this card has XYZ material, each time your opponent spell summons a monster or monsters, inflict 600 damage to your opponent. Once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to this card. Pretty good. And the only synchro monster I use is this. 1 Dark Tuner plus 1 non-tuner insect type monster. Dark Resonator and 1 random level 3 insect monster you got. It just fits so good. If it attacks, your opponent can activate spells or traps until the end of the damage step. Once per turn, you can equip 1 face-up monster your opponent controls to this card as an equipped card. If this card would be destroyed by battle, you can destroy the monster equipped to this card by its effect instead. You can only be equipped with 1 monster at a time with this card. That's the whole deck. Tell me what you think about it. I worked really hard on this deck. And bye.